Alright guys, so welcome back to the Geeky Sandbox. So yeah, Victoria here, and I'm just going to talk to you guys really quick about some Comic-Con news. Like I said, as you can see, I am not in the wonderful realm of Comic-Con or Hall H. As you can see behind me, it's just a coral background. It's not anything cool like someone cosplayed as Shazam. But with that being said, speaking of Shazam, I do want to talk to you guys about some Warner Brothers news and some SBCC news. Just because I heard a few things and I want to share it with you guys. So first off, let's go ahead and talk about the big obvious one, Aquaman. So there has been talk that there is going to be a trailer dropped for Aquaman. The very first one's going to be dropped sometime during Comic-Con. Last night was preview night. Wednesday is usually preview night. And then they go into Wednesday through Sunday is how long the convention lasts. So somewhere along those lines, the Aquaman trailer is going to be dropped. I haven't looked at the schedule, so maybe it's on there. But whenever that drops, we're definitely going to react to that, or whenever it's open to those of us who couldn't go to the convention, we're definitely going to talk about that. But for now, I wanted to talk to you guys about the poster. So as we can see here on the poster, you have Aquaman down at the bottom of the ocean, and he has his trident, and I like that around him he's surrounded by many different types of sharks, and several sharks at that. Because one of the running jokes people like to make about Aquaman is that he has fish helping him, fish are his friends, but Jason Momoa has brought like this edge and this badassery, I said bass, fish pun, badassery to this version of Aquaman, and I can get with that. And so instead of him being surrounded by cute little cuttlefish and cute little Nemos and Dories, he's surrounded by some great white sharks, some hammerhead sharks, and I think it looks really awesome. The color looks nice, his pose looks nice, he looks flawless, and I really think that they couldn't have picked anyone better than Jason Momoa to portray Aquaman. He was one of the highlights in Justice League to me. Of course, you know, you have Gal as Wonder Woman, and you had Ezra Miller as the Flash, or Barry Allen's version of the Flash. But he really did shine through. I think that this is, as much as people make fun of it, I think that this Aquaman is to be taken seriously. And this movie is coming out December 21st, so like I said, they're going to drop that teaser or first trailer sometime this week at Comic-Con, and we will be talking about it because, yeah, they got to go ahead and start getting things rolling because it's already July, so we're already halfway through the year. It's time, and usually comic book movies, they really do a really great job with their marketing and how soon they put things out. And I really feel like this might be a win. And we did get some really good shots of Black Manta, or at least some concept art, and I've seen some pictures floating around of some of the figurines that they have of Black Manta, and I'm excited for that. And I don't know, he'll definitely be an interesting villain. Just the whole concept of Aquaman within every superhero movie across the line that we have had so far, and Marvel included, it's the most unique. You know, we've never had a underwater superhero, at least on the big screen. And seeing a villain like Black Manta, I don't know, it's going to be interesting. And hopefully they give him many layers, that he's not a 2D villain, or at least a 1D villain even. You don't want any of that. I really want him to have many layers. I want him to be complex, and I don't want him to be the mustache twirling villain that we talk about a lot on this channel. So moving on, we're going to go ahead and talk about the Shazam first look photo. So we've seen like the first look poster where Zachary Levi, who will be portraying Shazam, which those of you who know Zachary Levi, he is one of the best choices for Shazam. Like, I didn't know who they were going to cast or who they had in mind. I wasn't that deep into the pre-production process with Shazam, but like just getting that nice surprise, I don't know, I'm into it, and I like Shazam. Definitely enjoyed him in Young Justice. I'm sorry if my hair looks a mess, guys. My little braids are doing what they want to do. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with Shazam because he's one of those superheroes that I don't know, he may be a little similar to some of the others out there, so he doesn't get as much praise, but just so you guys know exactly who he is. So Shazam is the alter ego of a kid named Billy Batson, who can just he calls upon his powers by yelling, Shazam! And then he gets struck by lightning and he gets transformed into an adult who is a superhero who has superhuman strength, speed, and flight. And actually Shazam is an acronym, and I don't remember exactly all of it. I know the Z is for Zeus, the H is for Hercules. Let me look it up. So S is for Solomon, H is for Hercules, A is for Atlas, Z is for Zeus, the other A, see I was right about that one, is for Achilles, and M is for Mercury. I'm interested in this. I do hope it does very well. Just because I know, like I said, he's one of those superheroes that people don't pay much attention to, but I think his story is interesting. I love that he's a kid and he's just working with Batman and Wonder Woman, just doing his thing, and he's saving the world, but he has to be home for supper by 6 p.m. Like, I love that whole concept. But as we can see on the poster here, we have Zachary Levi, and he's drinking, first of all, he has a huge pack of cola or Coke with him, and he's just downing it like the kid he is, drinking and taking in all that sugar. I was a little unsure about the costume just because it looks a little, meaty is a weird word, but you know, it looks very like bulky and not in a natural way. So I don't know how much of that is Zach under there and how much of it is just the suit padding him up, because obviously Shazam does fall into the category of being not a very super serious superhero, but someone who, like I said, doesn't take life serious, and he's very funny and quirky because though he's an adult, he still has those characteristics and personality traits of being a 10-year-old boy. So maybe that's why the suit kind of looks a little, not cheesy, but a little extra, I guess, if that's the word I'm looking for. But at first, like I said, when I saw it, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, just because I've seen Zachary Levi's build, and I haven't seen him like that massive, so I know part of it may be the suit, some of it may be him. But either way, I'm getting a little bit more hype about the movie, but I'm still in that realm of still being undecided about how I feel, I guess. So I guess as time goes on, we'll learn more about the movie. And just like Aquaman, there will be a teaser dropping at Comic-Con sometime this week, and we will be talking about it, of course. So oh gosh, I just wonder what the tone of that teaser is going to be like. I can imagine that it's going to be a little silly, and I don't know, I think a lot of people might actually like this one, just because some people aren't familiar with Shazam, and some of us who are, were wondering just exactly how serious he's gonna be in this, because we know the running joke that DC tends to have more dark and serious movies, where Shazam doesn't fall in that category. So this may be DC, the extended universe at least, turning over a new leaf and going in a different, much lighter direction. And there also has been some talk about Shazam joining the Justice League, because with the news of Ben Affleck stepping down as Batman after his Batman movie, of course, which the Batman movie is going to be a prequel, but that's something for another video. But with him stepping down as Batman, they're going to need someone else to fill those pair of shoes in Justice League. Now, Shazam isn't a great detective. He isn't like incredibly intelligent as Batman or anything like that, or Bruce Wayne at least. But there will be another member that they could add to the group. So, which I was unsure about if they were going to continue to do Justice League with Batman leaving, because you can't do Justice League without Batman. But if Shazam is joining Justice League, I would probably still watch it just to see how all of that would play out. So that's all I have for this video right now, guys, in regard to DC and Comic-Con. I did see an Instagram post from Marvel's official page where they posted the X-Men sigil, I guess that's what you want to call it. They posted the little X-Men symbol, and they said, see you at Comic-Con, which I'm excited about. I saw this at like 4 a.m. and I sent it to one of my best friends immediately, and I was like, I'm not ready. I'm scared. What's happening? So they are going to be doing some kind of surprise or some sort of announcement at one of the Marvel panels in regard to X-Men, and I wonder if it's going to be about the Phoenix movie, or if they're announcing, hey, Wolverine's coming back, or you know, whatever the case is. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that news. And if you have anything else you want me to talk about, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. Today is going to be a really big week. This is my first year covering Comic-Con stuff. I'm a little nervous just because I'm not there. But I still think that here on my channel, The Geeky Sandbox, we can still get you guys the news and fun, exciting updates that you deserve. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.